Bojangles for 2 scratch-made sizzling sausage biscuits for just $4. One bite and you'll want breakfast for dinner. Good thing we serve savory sausage biscuits all day. But this 2 for $4 deal won't last forever. It's Bo time.
We are Lions. We bring hope where it's needed. Support causes that matter. Change lives. Change communities. Change the world. Visit lionsclubs.org to learn more.
At Shentel, we understand our first responsibility is to provide you with fast, reliable internet at reasonable prices. That's why we're excited to offer Powerhouse from Shentel, new faster internet packages that are more affordable than ever. Powerhouse packages are designed to provide that peace of mind you want. Choose between 4 simple, hassle-free internet packages. When just a few people use your network regularly, 50 megabits per second, our lowest Powerhouse speed, is probably more than enough. Priced for your budget and still faster than what most other providers can deliver. 50 megs not quite enough? Bump up to 150 to make sure no one buffers. And for the multi-user, multi-device, heavy gaming video streaming household, we offer an enhanced speed package of 300 megs. But since your needs change daily, you have the option to push your network to the max with the top tier that reaches speeds up to a gig. That's 1,000 megs per second. We've heard you, and we know you want value. Powerhouse helps you get the most out of your internet with easy-to-understand rates that are just plain better. Combine these incredible new speed packages with our amazing unlimited data option and surf, stream, and download to your heart's content. Powerhouse is the result of Shentel's hard work to expand and upgrade our network. We made sure to build it to fit your needs right now and continue to make improvements so it'll be strong enough for your future. Learn more about Powerhouse at Shentel.com. Make the switch and turn your house into a powerhouse today. The fastest internet from the one provider that calls this place home. Shentel, always connected to you.
Our roads and highways are busier than ever.
With tractor trailers and large company vehicles.
While most truck operators are responsible drivers,
accidents do occur, resulting in catastrophic injuries and fatalities. At Crandall & Cott, our specialized team is highly skilled at obtaining the maximum compensation.
if you've been injured, call the law firm that cares.
Call Crandall & Cott today for a free consultation.
Founded by Bob and Belle Cooper in 1975, Uttermost has been family owned and operated for over 45 years. The name Uttermost comes from the Bible, Acts chapter 1, verse 8. This verse expresses our personal beliefs to share God's word to the uttermost part of the earth. Though rooted in our time-honored traditions, we prioritize expanding our collections each season with the most fashion-forward products in the industry. We take pride in our innovative product design, attention to detail, and first-class customer care, making us a respected resource for retailers and interior designers around the world. Join the Uttermost team. We are now hiring directly for a variety of positions. To learn more, visit our website at www.uttermost.com/jobs or give us a call at 540-483-5103.
If the workday's over but your hunger is gearing up, go for all the hand-breaded chicken you can handle. Cause with 8 pieces of handcrafted chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea, you can clock out and still enjoy a delicious dinner.
I'm gonna climb me a mountain. I'm gonna ride down the river. See corn on the meadow, blueberry jelly on the vine. There's a little country church that brings me closer to my Savior. Little bit of heaven, a whole lot of love left behind.
Good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine Franklin County and all these surrounding. We have so many people that are joining us on Facebook and on YouTube from, like, I have a family in Florida. We got friends in New York, now down in Cary, North Carolina. I have friends down there. And so we are just being seen all over the place. Of course, we have things going on here in Franklin County, but hey, you might want to come to Franklin County and join in. By the way, I am Joyce Gordon, and like I said, I'm so glad to be here, and the sun is coming up bright in your eyes this morning. They're on 40. And, you know, I have been seeing, I want to remind people this, I've been seeing some grass clippings out in the road, and that is against the law to blow your grass out in the road. That is a real hazard for people on motorcycles or people on bikes. And maybe even cars sometimes. If it's a lot, you can probably slide if it's wet. So please be careful when you're cutting your grass. Plus, I have a new car, and please don't blow your grass out in the road. That's for me. But that has, you know, people do that sometimes when they're weed eating and cutting the grass. But please blow your clippings back into your yard so that everyone out there riding will be safe. Well, we have guests with us this morning, and we're so excited about all these things that they've come to tell us about. So I'm going to let them introduce. We have one familiar face. He was here Monday, but we have a new face on Rise and Shine. We're going to let them introduce themselves, and then we're going to talk about these exciting things that are coming up.
Good morning, Joyce.
Good morning.
I am Linda Adkins with Salvation Army, the Franklin County Service Unit, and we are here to promote our Fill the Bus program. This is for children around Franklin County in both elementary and the secondary schools at Franklin County High School. And we are very excited. It's going to come up August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And I am also a retired teacher from Franklin County Public Schools, so this warms my heart too that we can help these kids.
Well, and it really does. From working at the Giroux Center for 22 years and seeing all these things coming in, and also, well, we'll talk about things that people can give, but the gift cards have come in so handy for things that aren't on this list that we have needed, because then we would save those until there was a time where, oh, well, we need this, and we'd use it, and that is, talking from experience, that is very helpful. But we will be talking about other things that you can get and what they will need to pack that bus. But let's have our other guest introduce himself.
Hi, good morning, and I am Sergeant Ryan King with Franklin County, with the Rocky Mount Police Department. Got Franklin County on my mind for the Rocky Mount Police Department, and so good morning.
Glad to have you back, Ryan. He did not we didn't keep him locked up in here, but he came back today to help promote these other things that we were talking about, National Night Out on Monday, but we're going to talk about filling this bus. And, you know, usually they fill several buses, don't they?
They do. We, well, you know, as you know, Rocky Mount Police Department, we're part of this. We're on the planning committee together, and you know, a lot goes into the behind the scenes to get this going.
Absolutely.
You know, and of course, you know, Walmart, J.J. Evans with Walmart is graciously letting us set up at the Walmart parking lot once again. You know, and it's very important. We, yesterday in the meeting, we were talking about the benefits all the kids and, all the schools that benefit from the supplies, that our gracious community comes out and donates. And that's what it's all about. It's about helping the kids and helping the teachers, make sure that, that everybody has, what they need to succeed in school, and school supplies is a big part of that.
That's right. I mean, when a kid goes to class and they don't have a pen, a pencil or a pen, or if they don't have their notebook paper, many times kids will come down and then mid-year, that binder has worn out and they need new binders. And so the 3-ring, about the 2.5-inch to 3-inch binders is very popular because like mid-year, all these papers they've been carrying around, the thing is just bursting open. So they're coming to the office and need a new binder. So that's another thing that's very needed. I worked with the 8th graders, but I'm sure even high school, they got lots of things to carry too. And then the backpacks. Kids that don't have backpacks to carry their stuff. Of course, when I was in school, there was no such thing as backpack. We had to carry all these books right here. Yeah, I mean, in grade school, I think I had a book bag that you carried. I'll never forget. I got one for Christmas that had an umbrella on the side. That was like when I was in 4th grade. But well, that's way out of style now. But backpacks and 3-ring binders are big, and notebook paper are big items that kids always need, and something to write with. Because you got to be able to write. You got to be able to write.
Absolutely. Well, when you look at the supply list that a child, needs for to start school, I mean, it's a lot.
It is. Glue sticks too. That's another important thing. A lot of classes use a lot of glue sticks. Just looking at this list brings back memories. Tissues. Yeah, they use a lot of those too. Oh, I forgot my homework. Dog ate it. So we're going to be out at the Rocky Mount store on August the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on the Friday the 1st, and from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday the 2nd, and on Sunday the 3rd from 1 to 5 p.m. So that gives you time to go to church and then come on out, maybe grab a snack somewhere and come on out and shop.
Yeah, absolutely. And, in the Salvation Army, United Way, of course, Franklin County Public Schools, representatives from Walmart's going to be there. Work with Rocky Mount Police Department's going to be there. I know the Franklin County cheerleaders.
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Lopez. I have to give her a shout out because they do a whole lot. I mean, it seems like every event that we set up at this year, there were Franklin County cheerleaders or Miss Lopez there, and volunteering. And that's fantastic, volunteers, I can't say enough.
That looks good for the community, and we all come together and to help the need.
Definitely. And then, I like to, once again, my, Iron Mountain, my wife's, company she works for, are given boxes, because they come in handy, the little banker's boxes.
Oh, absolutely.
And, because, what Fill the Bus is actually filling the bus, those boxes, they put all the supplies in there and they put them in the seats and they stack up and then we deliver them.
Well, yeah, you got to have something put in there.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when you see them buses down there at Walmart, with that banner on there, that's what it's all about. It's funny, parents get all excited because when we're standing out there and with our tables and stuff, you'll have parents come up and go, I cannot wait for school to start. And I love seeing these buses out here because they know that it's school's not too far behind.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, in addition to these supplies, kids need other supplies too. So the Rocky Mountain Lions Club is partnering with Walmart, and we're going shopping next Friday to buy things like deodorant,
yes,
shampoo, body wash, other things that kids will need that they may not have at home. So we're working with Ms. Lopez also.
Perfect.
To get, JJ's going to help us out, and we're going to see what we can buy for. But we want people in the community to know that the Rocky Mountain Lions Club is out there and we are doing things. So now we all have shirts. It's got Rocky Mountain Lions Club on it. So we will be visible just like when your police department's out, you've got your uniform. We're going to have our Rocky Mountain Lions Club shirts.
That's right. That's right. We're we're pretty excited about this this upcoming school year. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. So
Yes, it is. Well, the ladies that you could contact would be Amy Johnson at Franklin County Public Schools. Amy, I've known since she was knee-high to a duck. Jennifer Talley, she will be with us next week. And of course, Ryan King and Beth Wooten from the Salvation Army.
And
I hope-
I'm Linda Atkins,
and Linda
representing
Atkins.
Beth.
Absolutely. And we so appreciate you coming out early this morning. Excuse me. Say a word about the Salvation Army. When my dad was in the Army and he had 2 little children back home, he tried to get another entity to help him contact my mother. I was still a gleam in his eye. I wasn't around. But Salvation Army helped him get a hold of and get word over to my mother and word back to him that everything was okay at home. I think Daddy was either in Iran or Iraq, long ways away, but the Salvation Army is the one that came to his rescue. And I always, when that little red bucket's out there, I'm always putting money in it to help support the Salvation Army. And I tell them then how much I appreciate what you all do.
Well, I'm pleased to be a face of the Little Red Bucket too.
And listen, I know you get different people from the area to get out there and ring that bell. So
Yes,
that
it's all volunteer, and during the season, they actually do hire some too. But Franklin County Service Unit is a volunteer organization, and we are just so proud that we can help the community in this way and bring them together and help them to fill the bus. And, even though we can't give out the supplies that day, they can go through the schools, Franklin County Public Schools, and all of them will have them. That they will be able to pick up supplies if they do have the need.
Right. Well, if you do need another bell ringer this year, let me know.
Okay.
I'm like, I can do that.
Yes.
People say something about me being handicapped. Well, I can ring a bell. I know I see those poor people out there sometimes wrapped up like Eskimos, but they're out there ringing that bell. So let me know.
Okay.
I'll
Sounds good.
get Sharon Angle and we'll get out there and ring the bell. Because I know Sharon did it last year. We'll make it fun. Okay, well, again, this is coming up the 1st of August, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Now, some of the supplies that you could pick up: pencils, pens, paper. Like I said, notebooks are very important. 3-ring binders, very much needed. Twin pocket folders, zipper pencil pouches. Say that fast now. Gallon and quart size bag, markers, crayons, tape, glue sticks. Very important. Kids do use those glue sticks. Backpacks. One of my neighbors, when I was helping with Pack the Bus a couple of years ago, he came out with a whole buggy of backpacks. He said, I thought, they could need that. So maybe Mr. Hodges will come and see us again this year. Hand sanitizer and tissues. There are some of the needs that we would like for you. And, if you can't get but a pack of pencils, that's that much. And like we were talking about before, gift cards. If you want to make a monetary donation to buy a gift card, that does come in handy during the year when you do. We always save them for like emergencies of something that we needed. And that really does come in handy. If you don't feel like going in shopping, just a monetary donation would be a check. Would be give a check, Linda, or cash, or how would that work?
I'm assuming they can do checks. We have done them before to either of those organizations, I think.
yes.
Would they make it to like Walmart, and so that they could buy a Walmart gift card? Would that be? We'll know more about that from Ms.
We will.
Howard.
I mean,
we'll find that out.
Yeah, normally what ends up happening is you'll have folks that, that are coming out of Walmart, after they got done shopping or something, and they're like, oh, daggone it, I meant to get something, and they'll give a monetary donation right then.
Okay.
They do have people that do drive-through, so there'll be somebody there that's in charge of that.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Well, that's always good to know.
I know
'cause
sometimes we have a sponsor or somebody comes out and says that they want to help out in some way. Last year, I ended up having somebody out of the county and everything, and they said, I'd really like to help that. And it was made payable to the Salvation Army, and we turned it into the gift cards.
Okay. Well,
I have a lot of churches as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to the churches. This is something that they look for the flyers, and I'll do a plug on that. You'll see the Fill the Bus flyer on on the Rocky Mountain Police Department Virginia page. Of course, I'll be sharing that. I have noticed that it's already been shared this morning. Which thank you to all those that look forward to this event every year, and they started sharing the flyer. But yeah, our church is, hats off to them as well, because they look for this, and then they already are starting collecting. And we get a lot, of course, when they pull up in their van and drop off a bunch of stuff as well. So,
Great.
yeah.
I just think it's great. I know that one year when I worked it, and I mean, all these buses, it was more than one. We
Yeah.
got lots of them, and they were like the crayons they take out because they don't want them to
The
melt.
heat, yes.
And so they were getting those out and taking them like home with them or something so they wouldn't melt in the bus. But I know several buses were filled. And, like you say, it's so wonderful that the community comes out and supports this. It's just wonderful. Well, we got something else coming up too that's going to be wonderful. We got all kinds of things. We have so much going on in Franklin County.
We do. So July 31st, which I believe.
It's going to be a Thursday.
It is
This is
Thursday.
Friday.
Yep, that's right. So Friday, July 31st, starting at 5 p.m. and it's going to run to 7 p.m. is the Cone with the Cop, and of course, Arrington Enterprises, with Dairy Queen, right there at 40 West, which if you don't know where that is, that's right across from the CVS. And we are going to do Cone with the Cop. So just a little information on that. It's free cone to all visiting with the cop at Dairy Queen 40 West locations only. Now, the trick is, and I was talking to Miss Russell about this, Deborah Russell, and so she gave us some free cards, free cone, from Dairy Queen. And so when you're there visiting, come and see us, and we'll give you one free small cone, and you just go right inside and they'll fix you up. Yeah. Yeah, but the whole thing is that you got to come and spend some time with us, get to know your local agency, which is the Rocky Mount Police Department, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Great conversations. We love our kids, and they come in and and might even have some stickers for them and some other goodies too. So
Okay. All right. So now we're going to have free cones if you come and talk to the cop.
Absolutely.
And that's from 6 to 9.
Yep.
Then we're going to have 2 bounce houses for the kids.
Yes.
And then we're going to have a band. Those little downtown pickers are going to start playing at 6 p.m. and the Blue Connection starting at 7 p.m. Now, the downtown pickers are the Davis Boys.
Okay.
That's Remington and Christian.
All right.
And then I think sometimes they have a girl singer. They're my little favorites. They've been on the show, and they used to. Well, they always used to, Remington used to always come by and say hello to me when he was in school at the Drew Center. So he's got a little soft place in my heart.
There you go.
So bring your own chairs, enjoy the show, and for each blizzard sold that night, now these are regular price, but each blizzard sold, $1 will go towards our local children's hospital.
Correct.
So we're doing a lot that night.
Yeah, because it coincides with Miracle Treat Day with the Dairy Queens, and so we're very excited about this. It's a great idea. We've done Cone with the Cop in the past. With the Dairy Queen, and we always have a lot of success. A lot of folks always come out. We enjoy it, and that's what it's all about. To see us let kids see us, in a positive way.
Right.
Because there's so much negativity that goes on social media, on the news about about law enforcement across the United States. And you know what? We're not like that at all. So.
No, you're not, because sometimes if those little blue lights have been behind me, they'll just say, Miss Gordon, slow down.
Yeah. But so we're excited about that. So just mark your calendar, July 31st, starting at 5 p.m., 7 p.m. Come on out and see us. Members of the Rocky Mount Police Department are going to be there, and we're looking forward to it.
And like we talked about, you're going to be helping with the traffic flow because coming out of there, it's going to be very popular to bring the children out to get a free cone.
Oh yeah, it's going to be safe. We it's always safety's always first and foremost with us. So yep. So anyhow, we're looking forward to that.
But just anybody was thinking, oh, it's going to be so much traffic. That's okay.
No.
We're going to have it handled. We got the police there, right? Well, then we got more things coming up. Our police department is so busy. with everything, and then so much behind the work goes into these things. I mean, I'm a planner myself, and I mean, planning events, I catered for 30 years. Takes a lot of work behind the scenes to pull these things off. People may not think that, but it is.
Well, it's like this morning, you know, we were talking about, I was here on Monday, of course, you know, with H.L. Nolan with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, and hence I was thinking about H.L. this morning going, he's probably still in bed, you know. Yeah, he's probably still in bed. So H.L., time to get up. But anyhow, you know, so we've been working on, you know, our 2025 National Night Out. Of course, you know, I'm going to give another plug to the school system. You know, thank you, Franklin County Public Schools. National Night Out, once again, we're hosting it with the Franklin County Sheriff's Office and the Franklin County Public Schools let us use the high school. Pretty much took over the whole high school for that day. And so we're pretty excited about, you know, setting up, you know, having the community come out. It's one of our biggest, well, it's like H was talking about, you know, it's probably one of the biggest events that the county puts on. Yep. I mean, because, you know, we have thousands of people that show up. And of course, you know, we love it, you know, because that's what it's all about, the community. And we provide, they're going to be free hot dogs, free pizza. You know, there's going to be organizations that are going to be set up there. They're going to be handing out things as well. I know Walmart's going to be there. They said that they're going to be handing out Icy Pops, of course. And, you know, I know that Cornerstone, once again, are going to be there. And I was reading the email. They sent me an email, said, hey, we want to hand out popcorn. So there you go. You know, they were watching the show, actually. And, you know, so it's great. But a lot of folks come, they set up. National Wild Turkey Federation comes, and they have their little blow up, and they give out information too about gun safety, hunter safety. Department of Wildlife Resources is going to be there, Virginia State Police. A lot of the first responders, Rocky Mount Fire Department, they're excited because they're going to bring out their new tower and new trucks so they could show it off to the community, which I've seen it. Of course, we share the building with them, and so we're very excited about this. And yes, you're exactly right. A lot goes into the planning on the background on this stuff. And we have a lot of sponsors, of course, Carillion, because it does deal with the health and wellness of the community. Carillion is one of our big sponsors. So is Davis Heating and Air. And I'll go ahead and mention it. Big Lick Roofing. You know, the owner is Dakota Weddle. And Dakota is a graduate of Franklin County High School. A lot of folks don't know that. And, you know, but he reached out and was like, hey, you know, I want to be a sponsor of this event. And I was like, well, that's wonderful. And so we're very excited about that. All our sponsors can't do it without, it's hard to do a event like this without your sponsors.
That's right.
And so thank goodness to them. Town of Rocky Mount, we appreciate you. You know, Cable 12, you know, I mean, letting us come on here, pretty much take over the show, you know, and you know, coming on here and talking about the many events that we do as a police department. But the theme that when I watch it, even when I'm not on here, because I do watch the show when I'm not on, even when I'm not here, is community. Mm-hmm. And, you know, with us, it's community first. That's our motto. But the community here, not only in Rocky Mount, but in Franklin County, is just amazing because they come out and full force, especially when there's something in need, you know, like Fill the Bus, you know, like we've been talking about, you know, for donating items, you know, because that's what it's all about, community, helping community. And that's why those organizations, you know, come out and they set up that National Night Out, because they want to make sure that the folks in our community know that their organization exists. Salvation Army, I will tell you this, Salvation Army will, on something, you know, like a fire. You know, there was a fire that happened. I'm going to use it as an example. And Beth Wooten reached out. I happened to see her, you know, at one of the stores, and she stopped me and was like, you know, she goes, hey, I understand there was a fire, you know, and, you know, Salvation Army wants to help. And whether it's clothing, so many things, you know, to help that family out. And they were able to do that. And it's amazing. So that's just an example of many organizations here in Rocky Mount and Franklin County that are available that our community may not know.
That's right.
And that's why we invite those organizations out to our events, so our community, to get our community in touch with them, because, that's what it's all about. You never know what somebody's going through unless you walk in their shoes. And that's an old saying, and it's stuck with me all my life, and it's very true. And it's like what we do at Rocky Mount, at the Rocky Mount Police Department, and the reason why, like with Chief Young, that is his philosophy, is getting to know your community. And once you get to know your community and find out those needs, that's what it's all about. And that's what policing's all about, and that was the original idea for policing, was to be somebody as a helper that the community could rely on. Does that make sense? And,
yes.
and when I say it, saying it and doing it are two different things.
That's right.
And we want to show, not only here, as a department, but other departments that, hey, we know the formula. This is how you do it.
It brings to mind something that I have heard all my life is, anybody can tell you they love you, but it's what you do to show them that they love.
Absolutely.
And you can tell Rocky Mount Police Department loves the community by what they keep going and doing in the community. So
well, and it's just not the thing is, I know I'm on here, and I represent the department, but everybody is doing their part at the department. Everybody has that same mentality, and that's what it's all about, because you have to do it as a team.
Right.
And it's a team effort, and we enjoy it. Everyone's so excited about the National Night Out, because when it gets here, everyone's like, woo, yeah. And it's a lot of stuff, a lot of setup and everything that goes along with it.
Yes, and planning where everybody's going to be, because you've got so many entities coming.
You do.
I noticed you had a map the other day of where you're going to put everybody, and you have to do that.
I do.
And this all comes in behind the scenes in the planning. But we were talking about the nonprofits. They will be set up in the central gym.
Yes.
And you just go in, go right on around. Because I did this last year with my little buggy. I was riding around, and I found all kinds of people that I didn't know about to come on Rise and Shine, to let the community know that they're there to help if they need them.
Absolutely, and so there's going to, of course, with that right in the middle, you mentioned it. We'll just talk about it, because I got the map in my head too. The right in the center where the buses normally park, is going to be the police displays. Then where the courtyard is, which is right outside of the cafeteria, there'll be some tables set up as well, but that's where your hot dogs are going to be made. That's where your pizza is going to be handed out. That's where your icy pops and your food is going to be handed out, of course. And then over to, you're going to have the bouncy houses, that are going to be set up for the kids. The fire, where the fire truck, that's going to be on the lower parking lot. Of course, we kept on talking about Miss Lopez and the cheerleaders. They're going to be performing again this year. The Franklin County High School band, they're going to be performing. GROTC is going to open up the ceremony again with the colors. So we're very excited. There's going to be police demonstrations as well. Everybody loves that drone. Everybody loves the dogs, of course, the canines. So there's going to be some demonstrations on that. Alejandro, his martial arts, class is going to be, performing once again. There's going to be some games, and of course, plenty of vendors that are going to be there as well. So it's just going to be a lot of fun. So make sure you mark your calendar for Tuesday, August 5th. And now we did have a chime change, and you noticed it from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. Of course, we know because it's on a Tuesday as well. And that way, folks that are getting off work, they don't have to be in such a rush. But you know what? The biggest thing is you don't have to cook supper. I keep, just come on, bring your kids.
And it's free. Everything there is free. You don't need to bring any money.
Yep, nope. And
everything is free.
Yep, Joyce is right on that, because last year she was there. I believe she went to every law enforcement. She went to everything.
I had a hot dog and I had a taco last year. And I think we even got some popcorn. Well, hey, it's there. We might as well make them feel needed and wanted and protect.
Absolutely. And and once again, I'm going to give a McDonald's, you know, that reached out and was like, hey, we want to provide water again. So thank you, McDonald's, you know, for doing that as well. So, and it's great. So every year, you know, I sit right before National Night Out happens, I get email, bing, 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 a lot of emails. National Night Out. Now, hey, we want to be part of National Night Out. You know, and I'm like, okay, you know, hey, we want to do this, we want to do that, and thank you to all those organizations and sponsors. I can't thank you enough. You know, Member One Credit Union. You know, that's another one. They come out, they volunteer, they do a lot. Our churches, local churches, do that. Faith. Franklin Heights Faith Fellowship, we thank you guys so much. They send out volunteers as well. If I'm missing anybody, because I'm breaking our cardinal rule, is, you know, you start naming sponsors, you're going to miss somebody. If I'm missing you, I apologize, you know, but I tell you, as you could tell, I'm very excited about this. We can't do it without our sponsors and our volunteers.
We just wouldn't know that you were really excited.
Well, you know, this does a lot for me, you know, as when National Night Out rolls around, you know, that school is not too far, you know, and then sports and fall. I love the summertime, but my favorite is fall. You know, I named my daughter Autumn, you know, and because of fall, and you know, and so I'm very excited, you know, that this is happening.
Well, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that, Brian.
Yeah.
Well, we've got. Let's see. First, we've got
Comb with the Cop on July 31st.
Right. Then the very next day, we start to fill the bus at Walmart.
Starts on that Friday at Walmart.
Right.
A lot of people wonder why we pick that first weekend in August, and it's because it's tax exempt weekend.
There it is. I forgot to mention that.
And so, you know, they can get these supplies and not have to pay the taxes on them. And again, we're just grateful for Walmart letting us have the spot. We're grateful for Franklin County Public Schools and United Way and the Rocky Mount Police Department helping the Salvation Army. Again, it's an event that we couldn't do if we didn't have these people coming on board with us. It's lots of volunteers. We will be visiting some businesses, so if you're out there and you're seeing this message, you know, we want to visit you, and if you can give a donation, that would be great too, and it would go towards those gift cards.
All right, so now, if you're not actually going there and they want to give a donation, Linda, how can they get a hold of you?
Okay, we've got all of the contact information down here with those names, and you can contact them. And it could be any of the organizations too.
Yeah, my name's on there. You know, with my email address, I'll put this online as well. But anybody, you know, Amy Johnson, Jennifer Talley, you know, of course, you know, myself and Beth Wooten, you know, their email address is attached to this as well. You know, email's the best way. I say, because everybody always takes.
And even the school board office, you can call there.
Or if you wanted to drop off a donation, you could drop it off at the school board office.
You can.
Or by the police department.
You can.
That's always, you know, some people don't have computers. Some people are not savvy on the computers and doing email. So if anybody's listening out there and you want to help, now maybe you're going to be away that weekend, you can always drop a donation off, like probably a check made to Salvation Army at the church. Not the church, sorry, at school board office. I guess I was there for 22 years. I felt like it was church. At school board office or at the Rocky Mount Police Department.
Absolutely. I'll put a box out. And I'll put a box out once I get to the department and with the flyer on there. So if folks want to drop off, you know, they do it all the time because we you know, we collect, you know, items for different organizations and Warm and Shelter, you know, Stepping Stone, things of that nature. We do it all the time.
You know, Ryan, I say you never know what you're going to get on.
Oh, yeah.
On Rise and Shine. I bought some peaches. I was away. I was down in North Carolina this weekend, and these are wonderful. I had one yesterday. I thought, but you know, I learned this last year, and I'm going to do it with my life. Well, I know I got it out of the bag. There's a way to cut a peach. You know, if you cut it down here where the seam is, sometimes the seed comes apart.
Right.
So I'm going to show you how to do this. I put that knife in my bag this morning. I was hoping not to cut myself. But on a peach, you have a seam that comes down the side. And I always took my knife and went right down the side of the peach and then open it up. And sometimes you got half of the seed, you know, in there. So I'm going to show you this morning how to cut this peach so that you will not have that problem. So what you do, you go around the center I cut mine
Don't
crooked.
cut yourself.
Oh, please no. I
Okay.
don't have time for that today.
All right.
I got too much going on. All right, so we're going to cut it all the way around
Got it.
in the center. Then you just take it and turn it.
All right.
Look at that.
Yeah. There it is.
Look at this. Look at that. She's got it right up close.
Yeah.
And there you go. You got half. And I'm going to cut this up and share it with them because I watched the peach this morning. These are wonderful. Somewhere in North Carolina on our way home this past weekend, we stopped, I think, to get some gas. And there was a stand that had peaches. I said, Bill, I'm not sure how you're going to do it, but get over there. We need to go right over there. For what? He said, I said, don't you see that peach sign? So now they weren't quite ripe then, but I don't know what kind of peaches they are, but they are Freestone. And our peaches around here are coming in now too.
Oh, yeah.
So I was trying to think at home, I don't know if I got enough for a cobbler. I thought, well, I have done a peach pie before. Like, you know how you do strawberry pies? I have used peach Jell-O and did that with a peach. You got to eat it. You can't fiddle around. You got to, if you're going to serve it, maybe and eat it all up because peaches will turn brown. Well, no, you put a little lemon juice on them, they won't turn brown. But anyway, peaches around here are in season now. So that is, now you know how to cut a peach and not have the seed come apart.
Well, I tell you what, as much rain as we've been getting here lately, the crops ought to be pretty good this year.
Yep. Well, they said, I was reading that woods, they have a lot of peach trees, and in the beginning, some of them, we had a frost, and some of their apricots and peaches they looked good, and then they fell off after the frost. But then the ones that are in now with all the rain we have is doing really well. And now, so anyway, I'm going to share this. I'm not going to have this all myself. Anything else you want to add before we go to our sponsors to let them tell us we didn't have sponsors, we couldn't be here. Anything else? All right, so we're going to start out on the 31st with free cone for a cop up at the Dairy Queen on 40. Now, this is only at that location.
Yes.
We're going to have music. We're going to have a bounce house for the kids. Bring your chairs. Enjoy the concert. Then the very next day, we're going to start with Fill the Bus on August the 1st, and it starts at 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., and Sunday from 1 to 5 out there at Rocky Mountain. Let's just see how many buses we can get filled this year. I think that would just say wonderful. Then, coming up on the 5th is National Night Out. It's just like bing, 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 bing. We've got things going on.
Yeah, if you're looking for something to do, you don't have to go far to find it. That's for sure.
You don't. No, you don't. And speaking of things to do, I don't know if y'all ever been or not, but the fish fry has started back up at Ferrum College.
Okay.
So that's on Friday night, and it starts at 4:30 to 7. And it's $12 for your fish. Then they usually have another side, your vegetables, your salad bar, your dessert, and your drink for $12 plus tax. And you can't beat it. And that all of the things for the salad bar is grown right up there in the Titmus greenhouse. I think that's so wonderful to have the greens are fresh, picked. I had some little lettuce plants that, when it got so hot, they kind of cooked on my deck, but I'd go out and harvest the lettuce, and we'd have fresh. You couldn't get any fresher than that, picking it off the deck. All right, well, thank you all so much, and thank you, Leonard, for coming. This is wonderful, and I'll be advertising this for you every time that we're on, and we hope that we just run those buses over and use more than what we thought we would, and sometimes that does happen. All right, well, we're going to take a short break, and I'm going to share the peach with them, and we'll be right back to tell you more things that are coming up. Stay with us.
Hurry into Bojangles for 2 scratch-made sizzling sausage biscuits for just $4. One bite and you'll want breakfast for dinner. Good thing we serve savory sausage biscuits all day. But this 2-for-4 deal won't last forever. It's Bo time.
We are Lions. We bring hope where it's needed. Support causes that matter. Change lives. Change communities. Change the world. Visit lionsclubs.org to learn more.
At Shentel, we understand our first responsibility is to provide you with fast, reliable internet at reasonable prices. That's why we're excited to offer Powerhouse from Shentel, new faster internet packages that are more affordable than ever. Powerhouse packages are designed to provide that peace of mind you want. Choose between 4 simple, hassle-free internet packages. When just a few people use your network regularly, 50 megabits per second, our lowest Powerhouse speed, is probably more than enough. Priced for your budget and still faster than what most other providers can deliver. 50 megs not quite enough? Bump up to 150 to make sure no one buffers. And for the multi-user, multi-device, heavy gaming video streaming household, we offer an enhanced speed package of 300 megs. But since your needs change daily, you have the option to push your network to the max with the top tier that reaches speeds up to a gig. That's 1,000 megs per second. We've heard you, and we know you want value. Powerhouse helps you get the most out of your internet with easy-to-understand rates that are just plain better. Combine these incredible new speed packages with our amazing unlimited data option and surf, stream, and download to your heart's content. Powerhouse is the result of Shentel's hard work to expand and upgrade our network. We made sure to build it to fit your needs right now and continue to make improvements so it'll be strong enough for your future. Learn more about Powerhouse at Shentel.com. Make the switch and turn your house into a powerhouse today. The fastest internet from the one provider that calls this place home. Shentel, always connected to you.
Our roads and highways are busier than ever.
With tractor trailers and large company vehicles.
While most truck operators are responsible drivers,
accidents do occur, resulting in catastrophic injuries and fatalities. At Crandall & Cott, our specialized team is highly skilled at obtaining the maximum compensation.
if you've been injured, call the law firm that cares.
Call Crandall & Cott today for a free consultation.
Founded by Bob and Belle Cooper in 1975, Uttermost has been family owned and operated for over 45 years. The name Uttermost comes from the Bible, Acts chapter 1, verse 8. This verse expresses our personal beliefs to share God's word to the uttermost part of the earth. Though rooted in our time-honored traditions, we prioritize expanding our collections each season with the most fashion-forward products in the industry. We take pride in our innovative product design, attention to detail, and first-class customer care, making us a respected resource for retailers and interior designers around the world. Join the Uttermost team. We are now hiring directly for a variety of positions. To learn more, visit our website at www.uttermost.com/jobs or give us a call at 540-483-5103.
If the workday's over but your hunger is gearing up, go for all the hand-breaded chicken you can handle. Cause with 8 pieces of handcrafted chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea, you can clock out and still enjoy a delicious dinner. It's bow time.
Hello, Franklin County. It's Doug Williams with Budget Blinds. And we're your turnkey solution to all your window covering needs. I hope you're watching Franklin County Cable 12 Sports, where we bring to you the umpires and the officials each and every week. And every time a bad call is made, that is brought to you by the blind guys. Is this year you're building that new house? How about adding on that sunroom you've been talking about? Well, here at Budget Blinds, we're here to help. The consultation is free, we do the work, and it's all backed by our 5-year, no questions asked warranty. This year, let the blind guys help you see the possibilities.
When it's time to celebrate the life of someone special, turn to Connor Bowman Funeral Home. With 2 full-service facilities, we offer professional care and service to our community. 100% owned and operated, offering you the traditional historical Lynch Connor Bowman and Franklin County's most modern and newest facility on 220 North. We can assist you with pre-arranged funerals, and we house an on-site crematory. We can come to your home to make arrangements and pre-arrangements. We offer the release of 1 white dove, 1 memorial video, and video of the service if held in one of our chapels at no cost to you. Connor Bowman Funeral Home, Rocky Mount and 220 North.
Doyle Custom Embroidery is your family-owned, faith-based choice for custom embroidery, screen printing, and heat printing right here in Franklin County. If you want to improve your business's image, promote your event, or just create your own custom product, then Doyle Custom Embroidery is your choice. We can embroider anything that will hold a stitch. Check out our huge selection of quality products at dcestore.com. And remember, we'll keep you in stitches.
It's bow time. Hurry into Bojangles for 2 scratch-made sizzling sausage biscuits for just $4. 1 bite and you'll want breakfast for dinner. Good thing we serve savory sausage biscuits all day. But this 2-for-4 deal won't last forever. It's bow time.
We are Lions. We bring hope where it's needed. Support causes that matter. Change lives. Change communities. Change the world. Visit lionsclubs.org to learn more.
At Shentel, we understand our first responsibility is to provide you with fast, reliable internet at reasonable prices. That's why we're excited to offer Powerhouse from Shentel, new faster internet packages that are more affordable than ever. Powerhouse packages are designed to provide that peace of mind you want. Choose between 4 simple, hassle-free internet packages. When just a few people use your network regularly, 50 megabits per second, our lowest Powerhouse speed, is probably more than enough. Priced for your budget and still faster than what most other providers can deliver. 50 megs not quite enough? Bump up to 150 to make sure no one buffers. And for the multi-user, multi-device, heavy gaming video streaming household, we offer an enhanced speed package of 300 megs. But since your needs change daily, you have the option to push your network to the max with the top tier that reaches speeds up to a gig. That's 1,000 megs per second. We've heard you, and we know you want value. Powerhouse helps you get the most out of your internet with easy-to-understand rates that are just plain better. Combine these incredible new speed packages with our amazing unlimited data option and surf, stream, and download to your heart's content. Powerhouse is the result of Shentel's hard work to expand and upgrade our network. We made sure to build it to fit your needs right now and continue to make improvements so it'll be strong enough for your future. Learn more about Powerhouse at Shentel.com. Make the switch and turn your house into a powerhouse today. The fastest internet from the one provider that calls this place home. Shentel, always connected to you.
Our roads and highways are busier than ever.
With tractor trailers and large company vehicles.
While most truck operators are responsible drivers,
accidents do occur, resulting in catastrophic injuries and fatalities. At Crandall & Cott, our specialized team is highly skilled at obtaining the maximum compensation.
if you've been injured, call the law firm that cares.
Call Crandall & Cott today for a free consultation.
Founded by Bob and Belle Cooper in 1975, Uttermost has been family owned and operated for over 45 years.
We have so much going on, and so much going on even this weekend. So we were just talking about things are going to start popping the last week of the month. On July 31st, we've got free cone to all visiting the Dairy Queen on 40 West. They're going to have music from the Downtown Vickers and also the Blue Connection. I've not heard that one, but that starts at 7 p.m. Bring your chair, enjoy the show. Now you will go to get your free cone. You must go over and speak to, and he didn't give me, I guess I have to go speak to him. You have to go over and talk to one of the cops that's there. And then you get a little card and take it inside. And you will get a free small ice cream cone. And that is cone with the cops. And also they're going to combine it with Miracle Treat Day. And that's the reason you're getting the free cone. So this is exciting up there on Dairy Queen on 40. Then the very next day, we're going to start with Fill the Bus down at Walmart. And we talked about all the things that you can buy. And I know from working in the school system, notebooks, 3-ring binders, backpacks are things that are very much in demand, especially after the kids. Well, sometimes they don't have them to start out to school with. And we want kids to be successful in having the supplies they need. You go to class and you don't have any notebook, paper, or pen, you can always come to the office and get, what you needed because Fill the Bus had supplied it. And we so much appreciate Walmart and the Franklin County Public Schools. They're helping the Salvation Army, the Police Department, and United Way. We are so much appreciative of them. Then the very next week, we've got the National Night Out, and that is on the 5th, on Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. And like we said, it's going to be all of their equipment. They've got a new, I think he said, a tower truck, and the boats, and everything's going to be on display and get to see what Franklin County has to work with, and it's absolutely wonderful. Now, on the 18th, on Friday, July 18th, they have got bingo if you don't want to do anything else and stay inside because you know how we've been having rain. At 6:30, join us at the Essex Recreation Center and come and take your chances at winning awesome prizes as we play 15 games of bingo. This is a free event and it's open to those ages 5 and up. The doors are open at 5:30. I'm going to tell you, I played bingo this past weekend. It was so much fun. It was electronic. They called out a number. You took your little thing. I took my pen, and you hit the number, and then it populated 60 cards. That would be wonderful to get here in Franklin County. I don't know what in the world you would have to do to get something like that, but it was so much fun. I even won $100. My boyfriend won $85. Hey, it was great. So then bingo on July 18th, Friday. Okay, we've got the fish fry going on from 4:30 to 7 at Ferrum College. And then we were talking about that too when Ryan was here. Okay, tomorrow, this is Wednesday. Tomorrow you have got the Ferrum Farm and Craft Market open, and that's open from 3 to 7. It's right past Ferrum College. And then you have got, Friday night, we've got the fish fry. Then right up there where they do the, let me get it up here on my phone because I don't have the flyer. There is going to be Christmas in July, Ferrum at the Ferrum Park. Now, that's right past Ferrum College where they have the farmers market. And it's going to be from 7 to 10 p.m. Grab your bells and jingle all the way to Ferrum Park for our Christmas in July vendor blender. Vendors, they've got vendors up there to sell The address is 10884 Franklin Street. Then you can go to the fish fry and go on, fill yourself up with fish fry, and then go shopping and get some presents early. I have a friend that goes to these vendor fairs all the time, and I fare very well from that because she usually buys me a present there. Did you hear me out there, Jackie? Okay. And then we have the Rocky Mountain Farmers Market on Saturday from 9 to 1. We also have the Redwood Farmers Market right down here on 40. I bought some of the most delicious Roma green beans. I don't like beans with strength. I like them, but I don't like to string them. And I got green beans and squash. She's got tomatoes. She's got peaches. She's got corn. And the corn this year is absolutely delicious. I don't know if all the rain that we're getting is causing it to be so good, but it is delicious. Okay, then we have coming up, we need vendors for the Autumn Fest fundraiser. This is their 11th annual event, and it benefits Stepping Stone Mission. You know, they are open 365 days a year. They are not federally funded. They operate on donations only. So they have an Autumn Fest, and it's there in the parking lot in front of the stadium at Franklin County High School. They have lots of local vendors, raffles, music, and they need vendors. So if you would like to set up there, you pay $50 to set up your table, and then the rest of the money that you make is yours. Rocky Mountain Lions Club is going to be there selling tickets on a basket we're going to put together with a man theme, like tools and car care products. We're going to have Malabar pepper, and we're going to have Joyce's pickles. I'm kind of famous for my pickles that I make that I put in my chicken salad. So we're going to have a chance that you can win a jar of these pickles. So you need vendors. Stop by at Stepping Stone there on North Main Street. Let them know that you'd like to set up, and you would, I guess, pay your money. Also, if you're interested, you can email. This is all one word, mariekan31@gmail.com. Now, I'll give you time to get your pencil. I'll do that again. mariekan31@gmail.com. So they do need vendors for that. So please stop and let them know you would like to go and sell. I mean, there's all kinds of people around that make signs, they make earrings, they make this, they make that, you know, lots of people that do things that they would like to have to sell. All right. We also coming up on August the 3rd. Now that's the same weekend as Fill the Bus, but this is on Sunday afternoon after you've already gone major donation. The Smith Mountain Lake Boomer Band is going to perform at the Harvester from 3 to 5 p.m. And it's $75 for a premium seat, $25 for general admission, and they're going to have a dance floor. So this music is going to be some that you can get up and boogie to. I told Stacey Talley when she was here, George could maybe get up and shake a leg, and we got a real kick out of that. This will benefit the Warming Shelter, Stepping Stone Mission, and Helping Hands right here in Franklin County, and they do so much for people in need here in Franklin County. The doors for that will open at 2 p.m. All right, get ready. You got to be practicing out there. They're going to have the annual Friends of the Family Resource Center, a 5K run and walk to support your local victims and survivors of domestic violence. Erase domestic violence. So you can register online. It's $25 to register per person. The price will increase July 31st, and it's open from ages from 11 plus. If you need more information, I would call this number, 540-483-5088. It starts and finishes at the Rocky Mountain Farmers Market on September the 27th, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., but you do need to register prior to July 31st because that's when the price to register goes up. And we always like to get a good deal, don't we? I do. All right, let me see if I got anything else here that I need to tell you about. All right, we have concerts down at the Coves. The next one that will be coming up will be August the 13th. That is Devin Allman's Blues Summit. And that will be down at the Coves Amphitheater at Smith Mountain Lake. You reach it going out 40 East. It's at 301 Ivy Lane at Union Hall. The Wallflowers will be there this coming Friday night, July 18th, at the Coves Amphitheater. Now, if you got a business and you want to have a party for your employees, you can buy one of their sky seats or it's a package thing. You pay $800, you get 6 tickets, and you get to set up in an air-conditioned area. You got a good view of the theater, the where they're playing. Up on the stage, you're next to the restrooms, you're up there where the bar is. So if you want to have, I called it the Party Shack, but it's $800, 6 tickets. And then if there's somebody there that has the tickets, you can invite 6 people to join you up in, I called it the Party Shack, because you could be partying. Well, we've had a lot to announce, and also I want to remind you, Phoebe Needles, Inga Terrell was here with Phoebe Needles last week, and they have got the most gorgeous king-size quilt that they are raffling off for $5 a ticket, and it will be given away on September the 28th up at Phoebe Needles, which is up on Turner's Creek Road. And this is to raise money for children to come to day camp. I didn't realize, she said they had 80 to 100 campers up there. They have day camp and they have overnight camp. And this is to have, if there's children that can't afford to come but need to come so their parents can work, this will help them with a scholarship to be able to go. So we thank you so much for joining us this morning. We had a lot, as Peanut would say with Jeff Dunham, and I went to see him back in May. We had a lot of rain last night. I've never seen it. My girlfriend got caught in it going back to Roanoke, and she had to sit in the car for 30 minutes before she could get out and get in the house. And then the rain came to Franklin County. But we do need the rain. A little bit at a time would be nice. We don't want to have a situation like Texas did, and we are still praying for those people down in Texas and the devastation that they have gone through. So we thank you again for joining us this morning. We'll see you again on Friday. And so you have a great day. And remember all these things and all these vegetables that are available, because they are delicious. Thanks again. We'll see you on Friday.